Welcome to the Fantasmagorium show. On today's show, canceling Akira led Taiki Waititi to the Suicide Squad. Women rule the world, and we discuss why. The Last Man. And HBO isn't gonna hurt J.J. Abrams' Overlook series. They're just gonna bash its effing brains in. Let's go.
And we are live.
Hey, Steve, what's going on, man? Was that too spicy?
No, man, that was a hell of an intro, dude. I loved it.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
What's going on? How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Today is a Thursday. Glorious Thursday, I suppose you could say.
It is.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. The sun is shining. Birds are singing. Bees are trying to have sex with him, from what I understand.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's a Bart Simpson quote. I apologize. It's one of my favorite things when it's a lovely day.
Awesome. So we had a really great time on the show last night. We had the debut episode of Martini's Gadgets and Guns, which is a James Bond podcast, which was fun. Kat, you and Kat, I thought nailed it. It was an engaging conversation, in depth, very in depth, and that's the kind of show we want to do. We'll keep doing those, as we run up to hopefully the release of No Time to Die.
And Catherine is such an encyclopedia of James Bond knowledge. It's invigorating to keep up with her. Yeah,
it was great. It was a great time. So if you missed it, you can find it on the channel. And also we'll be doing more of those every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So please tune in when you can. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. First of all, we always say, subscribe, like, and share if you haven't done so already. We do like the subscriptions, but sharing, liking, commenting, that engagement actually really helps the channel grow, break through all the noise, as we say, and get us out there to more eyeballs, which is pretty much what the goal is, to grow this community, get more people involved and engaged. With that said, if you'd like to send in a tip with your comment or question, please do so. www.streamelements.com/phantasmagoriumshow/tip. Also, we have a website where you can find our shows. You can find movie news. We're going to start bringing on a couple of people to help us write original reviews. Kat's writing reviews. Cam's going to write reviews. Maybe some other surprise guests will pop up there. Also, from there, you can find a link to our audio-only podcasts. But you can find us there, www.phantasmagoriumshow.com. Also, we have a merch store there, www.phantasmagoriumshow.com/shop. You can find that buy t-shirts, hoodies. We're still trying to get some other merchandise in there, but that really will help us fund the show, and you get something in return, which we think is an awesome deal. With that all out of the way, Scotty, let's dive into the show, huh?
Yeah, let's find out what happens when all the men die.
This is actually what happens when all of the men die.
Mr. President, you're...
I'm fine.
Come on, guys.
Why, Steve?
Madam President, power plants will start to shut down.
Which city? All of them.
Somewhere is the answer to how this all happened and how we fix it.
Yorick.
You're reproductively interesting.
Wow. Okay.
People are gonna have to pick sides. They are hungry. Angry. Terrified. We will rebuild together.
Okay. So yesterday we brought you the trailer. I mean
poster.
the poster. Today we bring you the trailer. I'll get it. I'll fumble through it. I'll get it all out.
Don't worry about it.
So that looks great.
This is rehearsal.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to go again, right?
Yeah, sure. No, I think it looks fantastic. What do you think about how it looks? Like even the casting.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Well, Diane Lane, dude, come on.
Diane Lane. And also, I was worried about, I didn't know how Yorick was going to be. Like back in the day, back when they started the development of this, it was going to be Breckin Meyer. And I wasn't sure who they were going to get to play Yorick. And as I mentioned yesterday, so I'm not pretending to know everything about Y the Last Man. I just wanted to know who the lead was. And in the one brief sort of character interaction there, I'm glad he's witty and charming.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
no,
it
looks great.
Mm-hmm.
So this is premiering September 13th, as you saw, streaming exclusively on FX on Hulu, which is great because Hulu is my my stream of choice for my live TV and stuff. So I've been really enjoying Hulu. I actually switched from YouTube TV about almost a year ago now to Hulu and never looked back. I really do like it. What you get with Hulu without the ads. It's a really good service, but the FX offerings on Hulu are really awesome. You know, so yeah, that looks great. So check that out when you can.
Please, yeah. Well, yeah. September 13th.
September 13th. Or later on if you don't have Hulu.
Or later on if you're in Canada.
Yeah, Canada doesn't have it. I don't think. Well, not right now.
But we have FX.
Oh, so you should be able to see it then.
I should be able to, and I'm looking forward to it. It does look good. I just hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't go the way of The Walking Dead. I hope it doesn't start off strong and then severely nosedive.
Yeah, hopefully they keep it tight. Yeah, it's just we'll see how it goes.
Only time will tell.
Time will tell. Okay, next up, Suicide Squad. Let's talk Suicide Squad. We have a couple of kind of one dovetails into the other. The Suicide Squad, how the Akira movie's cancellation led to Taika Waititi's role. As it turns out, the cancellation of Warner Brothers' live-action Akira project led to Thor: Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi's role in upcoming The Suicide Squad film, a live-action adaptation. Oh, yeah, okay. I hate when they do that. You know, I should probably edit these so I could read through them quicker, but it just kind of goes through all the stuff you guys already know. So I just want to skip to what you want to go ahead. I mean, I wanted to skip over to kind of what James Gunn said.
Please.
When asked by IndieWire about how Waititi's role came about, a role that's yet to be publicly revealed through promotional material before the film's full release, Gunn responded, "I called him." Gunn explained that he initially had a much larger role in mind for Waititi before Akira's schedule came into play. "I actually thought about Taika for another role, and I offered it to him, and he said, 'I don't know,'" Gunn began. Elaborating further, Gunn explained that Waititi was hesitant due to the then upcoming start of production for the live-action Akira. He was working on Akira at the time, and he said, "I have to give you my answer in like 2 weeks." He totally wanted to do it. It was one of those other superheroes, and he said that he wanted to do it, and then Akira got greenlit, and it was happening. But while the Suicide Squad was already in pre-production, when Akira was halted, Gunn was able to work Waititi into another role. So that's interesting.
I think it's fascinating. Until this article, until this piece, I didn't know Taika Waititi was in the Suicide Squad, and he's always a joy, a pleasure to see.
Yes,
both as a filmmaker and as a performer, and so that is spoilers for a role that is coming up in the Suicide Squad, but that is fascinating. The reason I was sort of tripping all over is I've always been somewhat dubious of the Akira adaptation, and I don't know how that would work as a film. So it's almost a bittersweet acknowledgement of the cancellation of this iteration of Akira, because it's one of those properties that I have a near and dear to my heart, both the manga and the movie. And
it's weird because I initially thought it was supposed to be an animated reanimation deal, and then no, it's live action, and then it just got canceled. I thought if anybody could do it, it would be Taika, just because of his sensibilities. But wow, that's unfortunate. I do want to see Akira in live action. I mean, that's I do.
I would like to see it in live action as well, as long as it is a true adaptation and not a North Americanization of Akira. I remember rumblings back in the day of it being Neo New York as opposed to Neo Tokyo, and there was rumors of Leonardo DiCaprio being attached to it, and I was like, that in no way even remotely sniffs of Akira, and so that's always been appealing. Akira to a North American audience, I think, is going to be the biggest hurdle. And with things like Blade Runner 2049 not necessarily being the most successful but critically acclaimed films, I would assume it would have to be a trilogy. And I would also appreciate it if it didn't leave me hanging after the first film due to a lack of interest from a North American audience.
Right. No, I agree.
Anyway, that's not why we're here. I'm glad that they got Taika Waititi.
Yeah. No, me too. It's awesome. I did know that Taika was going to be in the Suicide Squad. I don't know who he's playing. Obviously, that's been the tight-lipped secret. I think some people have probably figured it out, but we'll leave that spoiler until the weekend or next week. In related Suicide Squad news, like our title says, the Suicide Squad should overcome HBO Max and an R rating for 40 million weekend. With exceptionally good initial reviews, a decent 77 Metacritic score, higher than the con opener Annette, which Amazon Studios opens limited this week. Lots of social media attention and little competition for its core audience. The film will easily lead the weekend. Consensus prediction is in the $30 million range, but it feels like a studio lowball estimate. Jungle Cruise last weekend was touted as a likely 25 million, making the actual 35 million stand out as more impressive than it might have been otherwise. The Suicide Squad has a potential for a $40 million opening and the strong likelihood of more. It opened last week in the UK, Ireland, opposite Jungle Cruise, and beat the Disney title by 50% in that territory. Suicide is in theaters only, while Jungle had Disney Plus availability with less PVOD penetration. So, question to you, my esteemed colleague: 40 million for the weekend box office for the Suicide Squad, or do you think the studio's 30 million seems more likely?
I kind of want to optimistically say 40 million. I've been looking at getting tickets myself. This will be the movie that gets me back to theaters. Awesome. I am definitely going to see it this weekend. And I was going to go see it tomorrow night, and the viewings that I was eligible for in terms of my local theater, they were sold out. And so nice. I think it's going to be, big. I think it's going to be a spectacle. Hey, if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn, then you sort of know what he can do with a comic book property. And with good reviews, not sort of, and also, if anyone dies in this movie, it's called The Suicide Squad. So I am looking forward to the ups and downs and the twists and turns. The people that I'm looking forward to seeing may not make it out of the movie. There are questions. This isn't a prequel.
Will be death.
There will be blood. And so it does look, it looks really interesting, funny, action packed. I am looking forward to it, and it's the kind of movie that screams go to the theater.
It looks, dude, I'll tell you the truth. It looks batshit bonkers crazy. Exactly what I would expect from a James Gunn led Suicide Squad movie. And I'm there for it. I'm fucking down for it all day. So I'll be seeing it this weekend as well. It's going to be hard for me not to turn on HBO Max today at 4 p.m. my time, Pacific time, and watch it before I get to the theater tomorrow morning. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see, won't we? That'll. Unless you have any more to offer on that topic, we'll dovetail right into the opening this weekend. We like to do this on Thursdays, tell you what's coming out. This is basically what's come out this week in both wide and limited release. We're starting with, obviously, The Suicide Squad, which is right now holding a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is huge. People are loving the movies. The critics obviously love the movie, so we'll see how that goes. Next up is Lucky. I don't know much about that film. It's a smaller film, limited release for Abducted. Blackpink, the movie. Annette, which I believe is Amazon. Will play on Amazon Prime, but also open to theaters. That's an Adam Driver movie, and I think they're going to want maybe some Oscar contention for that. Maybe, I don't know. It's just Amazon is one of those studios that does release in limited, at least New York and LA, when they have these bigger movies. That's at 76% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Certified fresh. The next movie is a movie I haven't heard of yet, but it's called Infinitum, Subject Unknown. That's got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So I think that's more of a limited release. We'll have to kind of get more information about that. Next is Swan Song. Swan Song. This looks crazy. This movie looks crazy. I watched the trailer for this several weeks ago. It looked pretty bonkers. It looked good. So that's at 92% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. She-Ball, which I don't know much about, got the red salute. So it's probably not going to be for me. On the poster, why they do
Yes,
that.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
That's called the red salute, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It's a Marxist, Leninist, communist thing. Everybody uses it now, like the Che Guevara on the shirt. Next is 6:45. Looks like a horror movie, limited. The Last Matinee. The Last Matinee. That's a low budget horror movie, but that looks interesting. And then just to round it out, Naked Singularity, where I don't know anything about, and John and the Hole, which I really don't know. So both one of those, the Naked Singularity is a 25%, and John and the Hole is 51%. So that's right on the cusp. Anyways, so kind of look out for those movies this weekend. I would assume that everybody's going to go see The Suicide Squad this weekend. I don't think it has much competition. I know there's a lot of interest in the band Blackpink, but I don't know about the movie. I'm not plugged into that audience enough to know whether that's even something they want or not. I'm sure it's a concert movie. But there are some other like I said, Annette looks great. This Infinitum looks pretty good. And as well as Swan Song. So there's some options if you have already seen Suicide Squad and want to go to the movies this weekend. There's some more indie interesting fare. What else looks good to you besides Suicide Squad, Scott?
Well, and if you're a fan of Blackpink and you'd like to go to a concert and wear a mask and sit quietly, please enjoy your band. But out of all of these, I like obviously the Suicide Squad. The Last Matinee Whenever you tell me about the list of things that are coming up, I always pick the one that doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes score, and I pick the one that I think I'm like, well, maybe. And then I end up checking out the trailer, and I'm like, no, I was wrong. But The Last Matinee, if I'm to judge a book by its cover, that movie's for me because it looks great. I am going to check out a trailer and let you know why I'm wrong.
So if you guys want to type in The Last Matinee and look at the poster, it feels like a B-80s horror movie. It's just the way that they cover. It looks like it's exactly the either the VHS or the DVD would look like at Blockbuster back in the day, and that's the one I'd pick. Obviously, let me
paint a picture. The poster, it's blue with big pink fuchsia letters that says Last Matinee, and there's a young lady sort of leaning on the seat in front of her while a man in a hood with a knife is coming at her, and I'm like, that's all I need. I will watch this. So I'll take a look at the trailer, perhaps even the film, and I will let you know why I am either the greatest savant in bad movies or I have horrible tastes.
Oh, it doesn't look good, but
Whatever.
It looks interesting. So yeah, I know.
One man's ceiling is another man's floor.
That's right, and I do like the cover, so it's got that going for it. Next up on the docket is Quentin Tarantino reveals his slam dunk good movie idea: Adam Driver as Rambo.
I'm in.
Okay, that's the very first thing I said too when I saw this. I'm like, I'm in. I'll watch that. Tarantino would also cast his Death Proof and Hateful Eight star Kurt Russell in a potential First Blood movie. Quentin Tarantino only has one movie left to make before he retires, and he has one idea he knows would make for a slam dunk good movie. That idea involves casting Adam Driver as Rambo in an adaptation of First Blood. Tarantino said on the Big Ticket podcast during his Once Upon a Time in Hollywood book tour via Slash Film, by the way, that his First Blood would adapt David Morrell's 1972 novel of the same name and not have anything to do with the remaking Sylvester Stallone's 1982 movie. Tarantino continued, Kurt Russell would play the sheriff. Adam Driver would play Rambo.
Yes.
Every time I read it, the dialogue is so fantastic in the David Morrell novel that you're reading it out loud. It would be so good. But now I want to do it more than that. But now I want to do more than that. But if it was just about to make a good movie, that's out there. Okay. It appears Tarantino wants something more challenging than a slam dunk good movie like First Blood for his final feature. The director revealed at the end of June that he briefly considered making his last movie a Reservoir Dogs reboot. Tarantino promised fans he would not be rebooting his feature directorial debut, but it could find a life on the stage. So we got a couple things out of this. One, he's got a great idea for a Rambo movie we're never going to see.
Yes,
at least not his version of it. And he's not going to reboot Reservoir Dogs. Now, when people ask me what I think Tarantino's last movie should be, I said, I want to see the Vega Brothers movie.
Okay,
that he's pitched for a long time, or just having his head. But a lot of people wanted to see him go back to Reservoir Dogs, but I never wanted a reboot. I don't want him to reboot any of his movies. I want him to continue his movies. So I have two, right? The two, if we can't get the Vega Brothers, because maybe he just doesn't want to go back. Maybe it's been too long. I would love to see a hard science fiction movie made by Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
So that, but just back to the title, Adam Driver would make an awesome Rambo, I think.
Yes.
And Kurt Russell would be a great sheriff.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, kudos. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't want any sort of adaptation as Tarantino's final film.
Yeah.
I want something original. I want him to go, well, I want. Give me an Oompa
Right.
Loompa now.
Sure.
I think that the idea for him adapting Rambo in the true spirit of the novel would be very, very interesting. No spoilers for the book, but it ends very differently than the movie.
Yes, it does.
And I would think that would be just based on the casting alone and a true adaptation, or not, maybe even just a Tarantino-esque adaptation of the dialogue would be fantastic. But when it comes to a final film, I kind of want to see a 50s noir, like a film noir from him to cap it off with that era of sort of saxophones and muted trumpets and guns and sexy ladies in 50s dresses and all of the
Like
the
a
intrigue.
detective
Yeah.
mystery? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, like
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, and even in sort of the same vein, like the Maltese Falcon, but by Quentin Tarantino. Obviously, not specifically that, but that would tickle my fancy incredibly.
Yeah, he could make a Dixon Hill movie.
Oh, well, there was the rumor of the Star Trek that he was going to make, which we will also never see. But yeah, like anything, it's kind of weird now because we've got Tarantino talking about his 10th film, and everyone wants it to be the perfect Tarantino movie. And the only person who knows what the perfect 10th Tarantino movie is going to be is Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so that's interesting. Thought you guys might like that. One more trailer before we get to a couple more, and then we'll jump over to the chat. This trailer is a lot of people have probably seen this. I actually had this slated for yesterday. I had to kick it to today. We just because we ran out of time, and we already had like 3 things. I don't like to do more than 3 trailers. Even 3 trailers pushing it sometimes. But this is Kate. This is Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Woody Harrelson action movie from Netflix. After she's poisoned, a ruthless criminal operative has less than 24 hours to exact revenge on her enemies, and in the process forms an unexpected bond with the daughter of one of her past victims. There's no time for mercy. Watch Kate. This will debut on Netflix September 10th. Lots of things coming out on September 10th. But here's the trailer that dropped yesterday for Kate. All right. Well, okay.
Woke agenda bullshit. Chicks can't fight. I'm sick and tired of this. She would be dead in a second. She's so small and sexy that there's no way she would be able to do plot armor. This is the worst thing ever. It's Anyway, I think it looks awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking woke, man. Everything's woke. Why the last man is woke? Why the last man from the 1980s is fucking too woke? Anyways,
all I'm saying is a mutant human shark who eats people is more realistic than a girl fighting. That's all.
Dude. So it looks okay. It looks fine. My issue is more with Netflix's original movies. They're so fucking hit and miss, you know. And, you know, for every old guard, you get, 20 pieces of crap, and it starts to bug. So, these trailers are great. Gunpowder Milkshake looked great until I watched it. Then it was like, all right. Star-studded, action-packed. But it's just, we're not getting quality. We're getting quantity over at Netflix. And I hope that changes, but I don't think it will. Well, so does this look? I like Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Always have. Will I watch this? I'll probably put it on. Will I like it? I don't know. It looks cookie cutter to me, but it is. Obviously, it's from producer of Atomic Blonde and John Wick. So it's basically a chick version of John Wick. We've been getting a lot of those lately. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, it looks better than Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah.
So I agree with it getting quantity over quality, but that's what happens when you have a streaming service and you're always hungry for new subscribers. Speaking of which, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, share with your friends. But
Always.
I just sort of take it on a case by case, film by film basis. What is going to intrigue me, and if it is good, like I understand what you're saying about Gunpowder Milkshake. I thought it was fine. I thought it was like it wasn't. I wouldn't even use the word delightful, but I thought it was fine. But it was somewhere between fine and delightful for me.
Okay.
But I like Karen Gillan, and I have ever since Doctor Who. Hell, I liked her in Selfie. I watched that. I watch these movies so I can see attractive people do incredible things, and that looks pretty bitchin'. And with Woody Harrelson there, although I think they telegraphed pretty bad that Woody's going to turn. I'll bet you $1. But yeah, that looks great, and also it does show a certain level of violence and style that I think is even riskier to put into theaters that in the current climate and blah, blah, blah. As I started off this semi reaction, people are going to go all woke. And it's like, no, just watch it, enjoy it. If you enjoy it, great. Put it on the shelf and tell your friends. And if you don't like it, move on with your life. That's all.
I don't know. Well, I'll try it out. Like I said,
give it a go.
I do like
Ramona Flowers with a sniper rifle. What? How could that be bad?
Right, but it does look it. It looks like one of those, just one of those. One in a long line of Netflix. Here's something new this week. Here's something new this week, and it's I'm getting tired of those, man. I want to see quality films. Even if they're just popcorn movies or popcorn action movies, but the quality has to be there. And unfortunately, their last several outings have been shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but they haven't been up to par. And they certainly haven't been like an old guard or there's others, but it's like once a year or twice a year you get an old guard or the Scorsese movie,
The Irishman.
But it was The Irishman. But in between you gotta in between is sandwiched in a bunch of just dog shit. Yeah, I'm sick of it, especially for the money these guys are pouring into these movies. Let's make better film. I'm just asking for better films. Maybe I'm being too harsh, and that could be, but I just want to see better stuff. That's all.
Okay. And I sort of I always go into these movies, especially the Netflix movies. Like I went into the Fear Street trilogy.
Oh yeah.
I went into that expecting a bag of Skittles and being completely underwhelmed, and I left, and it was like an oven stuffed crust pizza. Now it wasn't restaurant stuffed crust pizza, but it was certainly better than the bag of Skittles I was expecting. And so with these, it's not that I'm going in with low expectations, and it wasn't delivery. Let's be honest.
It wasn't delivery.
It was DiGiorno, and that's not bad. And so with these, I would like every movie to be a 10 out of 10, and I would love to open a library that says all of these movies are the best things ever. But sometimes you gotta cut through the chaff. And
I know. Listen, and like I said, I might be a little too harsh, but man, just do better. They can do better. They just choose not to. That model seems to be quantity over quality, and if quality happens, yay! But they're not. That's not their driving force behind their plan and their movie. The way they put movies out, at least in my opinion.
Oh no, I agree with you. Hell, I have 2 movies on Netflix that I made. It's about a boy who bought a computer and then some lights, and then the second movie, the sequel, the more successful film, is about meeting a guy named Steve, and then we talk on the internet every day. It's not very good. It's not even certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Talk about quantity over quality.
I know we couldn't even get a trilogy.
We're gonna actually give you all of the new releases coming out in August from Netflix. But first, there is a piece of news that I wanted to cover just really quick. The Shining. Oh yeah, please do.
So the Shining offshoot series Overlook from Bad Robot not going to be going forward at HBO Max, closing in on a new home. So it is still up for grabs, but it is not going to be at HBO Max. HBO Max has opted not to proceed with Overlook, the drama project from J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Productions, inspired by Stephen King's The Shining. The company and studio, Warner Brothers Television, are shopping the show, which is expected to land at a new home soon with Netflix likely destination, I hear. This is reported by Deadline. Representatives for Bad Robot, WBTV, and Netflix declined to comment. Overlook was part of the inaugural Bad Robot slate at HBO Max under the company's mega 2019 deal with Warner Media, which was commissioned by the previous regimes at the streamer. While Overlook was announced as a series order, at the time it actually was in development with a series commitment, Deadline reports.
Scotty, just a small correction. It is pronounced Bad Reboot.
It is actually, yeah, that my mistake. And speaking of quantity over quality, yeah, I'm
of two minds here because one, I think the Overlook has a potential to be a cool series, potential in the right hands. I don't know that Bad Reboot is that company. I could be wrong. But it looks like the new regime at HBO Max and Warner. I think it's HBO Max actually is like, man, you know what? No, we're good. We're good. We're gonna go ahead and shop. You can, you could fight right of first refusal. You can go ahead and shop that somewhere else. I'm taking a particular glee in J.J. Abrams getting shit on a little bit here, and it's unfortunate because I know there's tons of really good people that work really hard on this stuff. So it's absolutely not about you. It's more about just the J.J. Abrams and the way he's handled some of my favorite properties of late. But so yeah, I wanted to bring that news to everybody. It's just, it looks like they'll be going shopping for a home for the Overlook.
Yeah. And I was a big fan of Dr. Sleep
Me too.
when I saw that. And even with, when I forget the name of the actor, when Elliot from E.T.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Thomas. Henry Thomas playing Jack Torrance, I thought did a incredible job filling the shoes of Jack Nicholson, but also obviously not filling them completely. And I just don't know if mining the Overlook is something you could do it. I'm not saying it's impossible. And again, as you said, in the right hands, sure. Do I think Bad Robot are the hands to do it? No, that would be. It would be the bag of Skittles that I'm referring to.
Right.
It'll be satisfying for the moment, and then afterwards you're going to be like, "Why did I eat all those Skittles?" So I don't have the same glee of J.J. Abrams losing this or Bad Robot losing this. I just think it's. I would like, as you mentioned previously, I would like good stories as well, but I would also like original stories, and that's why. Something like this even being proposed and sent up the flagpole is like, really, are we that bereft of ideas that we're just going to say,
no,
you know what we need? The hotel.
We're not bereft of ideas, but original stories are hard. And recently it seems to be harder and harder to sell those original ideas because look, it's a supply and demand relationship.
Yes,
the supply is there. There's just no demand for it. There's lip service, but like we say on the show all the time, as soon as an original movie gets released, nobody goes to see it. Nobody supports it. So they play a lot of lip service. People in our fandom, in our circles, especially. Pay a lot of lip service to that, but when it comes down to actually, getting butts in seats and getting your butt in the seat and paying for it, we don't. we seem to be waiting for the next,
Shining.
sequel,
Yeah.
right? The next sequel or prequel or, number 4 in the series. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but
It is.
it is a supply and demand kind of deal. And, the demand has to be there. We hear that the demand is there, but then when it comes time to actually show and tell, we tell and don't show.
And yes.
Anyways.
And I'm just as guilty of going to the Suicide Squad as opposed to going and seeing the last matinee. And so that I agree, but I just don't. I would, Steve, if I can just digress for 1 second today. I was thinking about 2010, the year we make contact, and I was thinking about how that movie would be received today in terms of the backlash of it doesn't respect Kubrick's masterpiece. It doesn't follow the logic of the original. And that's and it's a fine movie. I've seen reviews recently sort of digging it up out of the old video store bin and saying this actually isn't that bad, you should check it out. And I agree, but if you were to make 3001 today, it's immediately going to be compared to 2001. No one's even going to talk about 2010. People who love Blade Runner hated Blade Runner 2049, where I thought it followed the aesthetic. It may not be a perfect sequel, but it did do the work. But with so much banging on the doors and saying this isn't respecting the way that I wanted this to come out, it's a form of audience greed, being like, I want this, I deserve it, and it better be good. And when it isn't, it's not just leave it alone, move on with your life. It wasn't as good as you wanted, it's fine.
Sure.
But now people are like, okay, well, this is a steaming pile on my childhood, and I'm personally offended based on what you've done. And it's like, I'm so punchy about that. I'm so tired of it.
First of all, you don't have the right, at least in the United States, you don't have the right to not be offended. So deal.
Well,
second of all, hypocrisy abounds, and I'm a hypocrite about this shit too, because I want what I want and not always what I get. It is what it's just kind of, that's the way it goes in fandom. But, it kind of just goes back to the subjectivity of film, right? Yeah. Because one person will hit and the guy sitting right next to you be like, nope, didn't work for me, and that's just the way it is. So you're gonna get that kind of. But we kind of digressed a little bit out from that.
Yeah. And so when it comes to Overlook, it's probably something. It's probably something that I would see that it was happening and I would leave it alone. It's like the Bates Motel. I've heard it's good, but I've never touched it because I enjoyed Psycho. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave Psycho on its own. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. And I don't feel the need to have more follow-up stories.
Oh, I'll tell you
what,
that is
please.
Just for that show in particular, whether it's you feel that it's Psycho or not, or Psycho enough or not, the performances by everybody involved, but especially Freddie Highmore and Vera Farmiga. Wow. Yeah, it's worth it just to watch the performances.
And that is what I've heard. But and I absolutely adore the audience, that it has an audience, that the show is made, and I admire everyone who made it. It's just something that I don't necessarily. I like the Rolling Stones in the 60s. I don't like seeing them in the later years while they have walkers. That's me.
There you go. Gotcha.
So moving on.
Well, let's move on. Let's run down these lists real quick. So here's everything that's every new release coming to Netflix in August. And new releases, it's kind of a misnomer. This is just coming to Netflix this month.
Yes.
Because this is not, these aren't new. A lot of them are just movies that they've got the right to show. I'll start out with August 1st, and then you can follow up if you want to, Scotty. August 1st, Beethoven's Second, Beowulf, Catch Me If You Can, Darwin's Game, Deep Blue Sea, Edge of 17, awesome movie, by the way. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, another awesome movie, by the way. 5 Feet Apart, Friday Night Lights, season 1 through 5, Good Luck Chuck, The Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia, Hunter x Hunter, 2011, seasons 5 through 6, Inception, The Lincoln Lawyer, The Losers, The
Nice.
Machinist, Magnolia, Major Payne, My Girl, My Girl 2, The Net, which is a good movie too. The Original Kings of Comedy, Pineapple Express, Palms, Seabiscuit, Space Cowboys, Team America, World Police. That all dropped on August 1st. So you can see those all right now. There's a bunch of good movies on that list.
Well, and also, if you're a Jack Donaghy fan, 30 Rock seasons 1 to 7 are also on August 1st, but August 3rd. No, it's fine. I'm just a big Jack Donaghy fan. And lemon. August 3rd, we have Pray Away, Shiny Flakes, The Teenage Drug Lord. Heavens, I don't even know what that is. Top Secret UFO Projects Declassified. That is coming to Netflix on the 3rd, on the 4th, if I may. We have Aftermath, American Masters, Inventing David Geffen. Really? All right. Car Masters, Rust to Riches, Season 3. Cocaine Cowboys, The Kings of Miami. It's going to be the name of my first album. Control Z, Season 2, and Cooking with Paris. And then on the 6th, I'm just going to keep going because these are shorter lists than the first. Cool. August 6th, we got Hit and Run, Navarasa, The Swarm, and Vivo. August 8th, we have Quartet. August 9th, The Shaman King. The 10th, Gabby's Dollhouse, Season 2. This is fun. Do you want to say this one?
Philly Wang Wang.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that just based on that. I'm pretty sure it's a stand-up special, but Philly Wang Wang in. Yeah. And Untold, Malice at the Palace. That's a pretty snappy title as well. Right. August 11th, we got Bake Squad, The Kissing Booth 3, La Diosa del Asfalto, Misha and the Wolves. On the 12th, we've got Rawabi, School for Girls, Lokio, Nothing's the Same, Monster Hunter, Legends of the Guild. I've heard of Monster Hunter. August 13th, we got Beckett, brand new cherry flavor, Fast and the Furious Spy Racers, Season 5, South Pacific. What the hell is that?
It's got to be an animated deal, right? Oh, by the way, Beckett looks awesome. Remember, we played the trailer here. That movie looks good.
Yes,
or whatever the hell it was. I can keep going. Gone for Good, also on August 13th. The Kingdom, Valeria Season 2. August 15th, Mother Goose Club, Seasons 3 and 4. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, Season 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Winx Club, Season 6.
Season 6.
August 16th, we got The Walk of Shame. Oh, fuck. No, I remember Walk of Shame. Oh, that one went under the radar. For some reason, I really want to see that. August 17th, Go, Corey Carson, Season 5. Untold, Deal with the Devil. On the 18th, we got The Defeated, Memoirs of a Murderer, The Nilsson Tapes. Out of My League. Ooh, is that with Jay Baruchel? I'll see that again. And, oh, my stars. The Secret Diary of an Exchange Student on the August 19th. We have Like Crazy. On the 20th, we got The Chair, Everything Will Be Fine, The Loud House Movie, and Sweet Girl. August 23rd, this is the one that I have to do my research for before I get into it. The Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf. August 24th, Augie and Untold, Caitlyn Jenner. On August 25th, Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal and Greed. I wasn't expecting that title to go that way. Clickbait.
Right.
John of God, The Crimes of a Spiritual Healer, Motel Makeover, The November Man, The Old Ways, Open Your Eyes, Post Mortem, No One Dies in Scarness, Rainbow High Part 2, Really Love, The River Runner, Teo, The Little Bus, Season 4, and The Waterman. And rounding out the end of the month, on the 26th, we've got...
August 26th, Eden Zero. Family Reunion Part 4, August 27th. He's All That. I Heart Art Arlo. Titletown High, August 28th. Bread Barbershop Season 2. Hometown Cha Cha Cha. And the end of the month, August 31st, which is my niece's birthday, by the way. It's actually the 30th, but Sparking Joy and Untold Penalties. So we're getting 2 Untold series drops in August. That's a lot of stuff coming on Netflix, man. That was a long list for the month.
It is. We could have
it's really
stopped at
good
Phil
bit-
Wang, Philly, Philly, Wang, Wang.
Yeah, right. Bang, bang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Okay. So, with that all down and out of the way, that was the
Yes, sir.
news for today. It was kind of a long one. We had a lot of stuff to go through and get through. So, if you don't mind, Scotty, let's jump over and take some chats.
Mind?
See what the group is saying today.
I am so jazzed.
We're nothing without the chat. All right, here we go.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. Todd Michael. Hey, Todd Michael. Good day to you. Ugh. Did they really need to use James Brown in this? I mean, I loves me some Y, but really?
I felt the same way. I felt the
Okay.
exact same way. I'm like, I wish they wouldn't have done that, but I get why they did it.
They should have used It's Raining Men.
No, that's another overused. Anyways,
Todd Michael says, Ampersand and the monkey. Ampersand the monkey. Is that the name of the monkey? Is Ampersand?
ampersand. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he just spelled out ampersand. I don't know.
Ampersand.
Turjay. Hey, Turjay. Welcome. Missed you yesterday, buddy.
Troll
Troll
in
in
the
the house. It is. It's Todd Michaels here. Todd Michaels shows about solo men and monkeys is tight.
Tight.
We're gonna have to
So
do something
tight.
about the phrasing.
Right.
Todd Michael to Turjay, my favorite Norwegian. Welcome and salutations. Turjay says, by Odin's hammer, it'd be Todd Michael, Lord of the Kielbasa, King of the Beatles, the thunder will fortune thee tonight. Todd Michael says, the internet's most beloved Polish American. Turjay, I much prefer you over the Polish lady I used to work with. She had an awful perm, ate nuts all day, and used to grab my ass at office parties.
Oh,
Maybe she
boy.
liked you, Turjay.
Yeah. Right.
Todd Michael. Steve referring to Taika Waititi by the first name like he's a good person friend. Well, that's fine. I've been calling Dwayne Johnson DJ for a while. Ever since I found out that was a thing. Yeah.
How do you know that me and T aren't tight, dude? Come on.
There you go. Todd Michael says, I had some horrible perms in my teens, including my senior photo, and I've been known to eat nuts in my times. Not really an ass grabber, nor or ever. Now or ever, I would assume. Degrassi Knowles, good to see you. Ready for Otomo's new Akira anime with Sunrise. I didn't know that was coming up, but that is exciting news for me. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Degrassi.
Yeah.
Turjay to Todd Michael. Taika was totally irregular at Foley's Bar and Grill. He always got the squid rings and a large orange Julius.
That's
I
right.
love orange Julius. It's tasty. Degrassi Knowles. Everyone I know is staying in and watching for the Suicide Squad, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, but I think they will be lucky if they break 25 million. Oh,
I don't know, man. I think you're going to be surprised. I think we're going to be surprised. Look, I'm not going to try to compare this with Black Widow or any Marvel movie, but it's going to do well at the box office. I don't think the $40 million that they put on that is out of the realm of possibility. I do think the studio's 30 million is probably closer, but I mean, this thing could do 50 or 60. I mean, it's just, it's getting really good word of mouth, which is going to help it. So,
well, and it's kind of strange because the Suicide Squad is your typical August edgy action comedy fare. Like this is when that movie is supposed to come out. And so that's why it's almost, it's perfect timing for it. So I'm hoping, I'm fingers crossed. And also I like what James Gunn does on screen. Todd Michaels says, my other half and I will be going to see it on Saturday, early afternoon, hoping to avoid people near us. So going to an early show, I have the same intention.
I'll tell you what, I've always preferred going to early shows. I usually go to the movies by myself, unless it's a big group that goes. I enjoy like a Saturday or Sunday matinee. Usually the first showing, usually on a Sunday morning, is my favorite time to see a movie. It's me and 4 or 5 other people in the theater. I don't know. It's just I've always liked kind of a more intimate kind of outing. I know that movies are supposed to be experiential kind of gatherings, but so on premieres, if I go to a premiere, obviously I'll go 7 or 8 at night, but I usually like to go early in the morning too. Get the matinee.
Hey, Degrassi from Todd Michael. Terje says, I'm one of those morons who thought the previous Suicide Squad was pretty okay. So I feel pretty confident this will be a fun ride. Much more fun than a movie based on a ride. Yes.
I agree. And it looks great. The first Suicide Squad had a lot of problems. It
was one of my favorite music videos. Degrassi Knowles says, sup, y'all?
Sup?
How much, man? How you doing, Degrassi? Terje says, not too shabby, Degrassi Knowles. How about at your end of the rainbow? Degrassi says to Terje, a bit of this, a bat of that, and a fat pot of gold.
A fat old pot of gold.
Degrassi Knowles just finished the OG Suicide Squad. Hadn't seen it since it came out. Not great, not awful. It's got a good soundtrack.
It does.
Terje says, you can never go wrong with gold, just as gold member. Toit like a tiger. I'm more of a gold Schlager man myself. Degrassi Knowles, Tarantino ran a Beverly Hills Cop and Friday the 13th pitch through the Mount. And I'm assuming you mean Paramount. That would be... I feel like he's already done the horror movie.
I've heard about the Beverly Hills Cop pitch. I didn't... I don't think I heard about the Friday the 13th pitch, but that does not surprise me at all.
Tim Possible's in the house.
Tim Possible,
thanks, man.
What's up, yo?
Fire fist bump, cool guy. Seeing Suicide Squad 2 tonight.
Cool.
Degrassi Knowles says Tarantino once ran pitches for. Oh, we have that already. That's a rerun.
Boom.
Bingo.
Okay.
Terje says Tim Possible. Enjoy, man. Yes, enjoy the movie,
yeah.
and I'm looking forward to seeing it on the review on your channel, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Degrassi Knowles, Driver, and Tatum as the Vega brothers. Tatum O'Neal? No, Charming Tater.
Yeah, Charming Tater. Oh man.
Terje says Tarantino.
I can't have. Hold on. I got to go back.
Sure, yeah, go.
We can't have Channing Tatum. It can't be Channing Tatum, dude. Driver, yes, not Channing Tatum. And I will acknowledge that at one point he did start to take his craft really seriously. He got really better times 10. You know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to measure my words carefully at it because I don't want to shit all over the guy because he really did try. But there was a while there where he was probably the highest paid, worst actor getting gigs in Hollywood. But no thanks for the Channing Tatum for
what
Vega
about
Brothers. I don't know who I put there, but not him.
Oscar Isaacs.
All right.
No?
Yeah. Yeah. That was an
okay.
All right. Yes.
All right. Terje says Tarantino is never going to quit, just as the band Aha. They've called it quits 10 times, and every time they have some back taxes or need some new cosmetic surgery, they tour like hell. Oh, I don't know if it's a fair comparison.
Everybody knows. We know. Like I said, he's gonna retire. So there will be a retirement. But on retirement, he's going to get that itch. He's going to see something or read something or think of something out of the blue, and he's going to say, I have to make that into a movie. And, 5 years after he calls it quits, he'll be announcing his unretirement and his new deal with the Warner Brothers or who knows who. So, yes, I agree.
How it's like the 8th film by Quentin Tarantino, the 9th film that'll be the 10th film, and then there'll be one more, and it'll be like the comeback film by Quentin Tarantino.
Right. The He Couldn't Stay Away film.
Todd Michael says, I was only listening to Kate trailer as I'm working elsewhere, and I could have sworn that it was Lisa Kudrow talking all serious. I'd have to close my eyes and re-listen to assess that, but I can't say that you're wrong. Terje says, Kate looks like a totally fun and awesome movie, albeit another entry into the new genre called John Wick. Yeah. Unfortunately, redefining a genre is something that John Wick did, and everyone's going to follow that particular trend. Degrassi says, I love me some Mew. I'm Mary
She
Elizabeth
fine.
Winstead. She fine. Woody cool too.
Yep.
Terje says, Todd Michael, they're saving Lisa Kudrow for the bad gal in Nobody 2. Oh my God, I would be fine with it.
Yeah, basically, you could Lisa Kudrow could be the new Falling Down.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Right? I'd be down for that.
I'm in. Todd Michael says to Terje, what we need is Romy and Michelle's next high school reunion or something along those lines. I am with you, sir. I have the disc behind me. I want more Garofalo, Kudrow, and Mira Sorvino. Degrassi Noel says Romy and Michelle's retirement party. Absolutely. Naladoc. Good to see you, Naladoc. There you go. 2 Degrassi Knowles. The Richard. Aloha, everyone.
Hey,
how's it going? Ahoy, the Richard. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here, man. Steve, Scotty, Terje from the Richard. Thank you.
What's up, dude?
Steve, this is your favorite part.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
The Richard, pleased to hear Bad Reboot isn't getting their hands on Overlook. Agreed.
Yeah, right.
Terje. Oh, aloha. Ahoy. I need to get my own special greeting.
You know,
Yeah.
I just want to point out something. I'm going to go back to the Richards
Yeah.
comment just real quick. This proves, along with some other things, but this proves that we are not milk toast fence sitters. We don't like everything for the sake of liking everything. There is stuff we don't like, and we call it out. And Bad Reboot is definitely one of them.
Terje, you do. You need to get a special greeting and business cards. Get it.
Yeah.
Do it now. Degrassi Knowles says Steve is 100% right on that right there. Nobody wants new shit. All talk, no action. Yeah, and I'm guilty of it. I want new stuff too. And I guess when I see something, and I'm motivated by star power or the writers or and so. But again, I will absolutely go see the Teddy Ruxpin Hard R reboot where he's just
where he's just hacking fools down.
Just cooking fools. That's all it is. They put the wrong tape. They put like a Metallica tape in Teddy Ruxpin, and he goes on a fucking rampage across town. It's going to be amazing.
Who do we pitch that to? Let's go pitch that today. All right.
Well, Netflix, like you said, quantity, not quality.
Because they'll put any piece of shit out there pretty much.
Yeah. The Richard says, totally a Terje. We can chat later. I've got some mod tips to share also. Well, you guys, hey.
Nice. See, look at it. Look, we got love in the chat. We got mentorship happening. It's a great community, dude. And that's why we love having you guys here.
The Richard says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Want to support? Tip and comment here. The link is in the chat. Thank you, Richard.
Comment there. Yeah, we really do. Not only do we need the support and help that you guys give, we really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do these. Get on. It seems like it's easy, and in a way, it is easy to get on and kind of just talk about the stuff you love. But in order to do this and keep the kind of level that we're trying to maintain, and then push to make the shows better and better and better, it does take a little bit of monetary support, and we do appreciate when you tip. We really do appreciate when you buy stuff from the merch store. That helps us grow, and hopefully we can give back every day in the content that you love to watch and the content that we love to talk about.
Yeah. Well, and also like my next purchase is probably going to be a 30-foot Ethernet cable, and having that is. It's not necessarily because I desperately need more stable internet. It's just that when you guys get annoyed, and I'm sure you do, because I do when I'm watching streams and something sort of stutter stops or it's not as smooth as I want it to be, I don't sit there and think, you know what, I should support these guys. I think to myself, why aren't these guys doing any better? And so that's the first thing that I think of when we start to sort of lag or anything like that. And so I want to put on a better show for you guys, because I'm the first person who's going to criticize me. Ask Steve. But that's what we're going towards, and it's not much. It's something that we're trying to get to do so that we can put on a better show for you. That's end of pitch. Terje says, all work and no play makes JJ a lame fail. Well, all play and no work makes JJ a lame fail too.
So just to give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
Just kind of piggybacking on what we were saying. Todd Michael tipped $3.33 once again. Thank you very much, buddy. And I just want to go through these just real quick. We've had a couple new subscribers, Ohad M, Sean Hernandez, and then Todd Michael's tip. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your support. We actually love it, and we thank you very much for tipping.
Absolutely. Thank you. Todd Michael says 2010 Odyssey 2 was such a great novel. I got it Christmas when it came out, and I was 12 and stayed up all night until I finished it. The film is okay, but so much awesomeness missing or changed. And I've read The Sentinel. I haven't read Odyssey 2, and I haven't followed through with the rest of the Arthur C. Clarke, but it is on the list right next to, where is he? There he is. Hey, Frank Herbert, what are you doing up there? Sitting? All right. I should probably read you.
Yeah. Awesome. That reminds me that the Foundation looks so great. The Foundation coming to Apple Plus. I think we should probably spend some time talking about that when it gets closer to launch as well, because that series looks friggin' incredible.
Degrassi Knoll says, I'd make 2061 and 3001 a massive 2-part epic. Yeah, and I would even go further than that, like 2061 part 1, 2, and 3, and 3001 part 1, 2, and 3, because they are dense. Are they? I just said I haven't read them, but I would assume, it being an Arthur C. Clarke novel, that it is dense. So.
I would assume so. Yeah, I would probably break them up too. That'd be great. It'd be a great, the 2061 trilogy, the 3001 trilogy. If they lend itself to 3 movies, if not two-parter, maybe. Yeah, it'd be great. I'm down for that.
Terje says, people need to calm down. Agreed. The entertainment industry has been sitting all over my I'm assuming you meant sitting all over my childhood for years. I just bulk up on wet wipes and get on with my day. Yeah.
That's right.
That's true.
Terje corrected himself. Yes, we got it.
The Richard says, I'm about to head to town, waiting on a ride. Hope to be home in time for The Suicide Squad. Well, I hope that you see it and enjoy it, man. Terje says, Skull, lovely viewers. Remember to hit the like button for every like. J.J. Abrams gets a headache.
That's right.
And the Richard says, good luck, Chuck is raunchy fun. Was that the, Jessica Alba with Good Luck, Chuck? And
I don't remember
that comedian guy. I think I remember it. Anyway. Degrassi Knowles, I'd make 2061 like 2010 and 3001 like 2001. A full circle. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I like that idea a lot. Terje Tiberius Mark says, my girl, not the bees. He can't see without his glasses. Where's his glasses? Yes. Car Masters is meh. Todd Michael, I have not yet seen it. The Richard says, speaking of raunch, oh my God.
Here we go.
My mom accidentally sent Team America to my mother-in-law in Micronesia, thinking it was a kid's movie. The entire island gathered around for family time and saw marionettes have sex.
That's awesome. Okay,
that's amazing.
Awesome.
That is really cool. Todd Michael says, oh, sure, Steve can pronounce Philly Philly Wang Wang.
Hey, man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Todd Michael, laughing out loud with the Richard. Terje says to the Richard, to be a fly on the wall at that event. The sex scenes alone, absolutely. Right. Yes. Durka. And the Richard says, that's what she said. Degrassi Knowles, ampersand is indeed the name of the monkey. Thank you, Degrassi. Appreciate it. Degrassi Knowles says, Dave. Taika's close friends call him Dave. Okay, I'm fine. Then we should start doing that. Hey, Simone. The June Motel in Sauble Beach will be in hotel makeover. Sauble Beach in lovely Ontario. Thanks for catching the show, Simone.
And thanks for commenting. Awesome. Oh, and thanks for posting in the group, in the Fantasmagorium group too. I enjoy
one of
your
the
posts very much.
founding members of the community at the Fantasmagorium. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you. Todd Michaels says, regarding our going to the movie Saturday, honestly, if COVID wasn't an issue, I would want to see this specific film with a packed audience. I think it will make the film that much better. Absolutely. And that's even if you do go to the movies by yourself, Steve, like as long as you're with a group of people, the energy of the rest of the audience, I think, can really lend itself to these kind of high energy flicks.
Yeah.
Degrassi Knowles says, weekend morning matinees are the best. They are. And there is a certain level of magic of getting out of the theater when the sun is still shining.
Yeah.
The Richard says, I prefer first showing matinee also. Look at all of us early risers. Degrassi Knowles, charming tater. Perfect. It's not my joke. I stole it from somewhere, but I forget where.
Oh, it's so good, though.
Logan Lucky. I forgot about Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky was good. I actually like that.
Didn't that have Adam Driver as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And James Bond.
And James Bond. Oh, yeah, anyway, I'm just trying to IMDb my brain. The Richard says Tarantino forever. Well, one more at least.
Yeah.
Degrassi Knowles. Tarantino's rich, but he ain't that rich. Not like James Cameron rich. Quentin ain't quit. Yeah.
I think he's enough to live on the rest of his life, but I don't think. I don't think he's gonna quit. He'll retire for a few years and then he'll come back. There's no way he stays gone. He's too young. I mean, unless something happens, God forbid. But
the Richard says Tarantino's 15th film, The Battle of Yosemite Sam. There you go. He should have held out to do Space Jam.
Oh yeah.
I would love it. It would be great. The Degrassi Knowles says Bad Robot still has Overlook. It's HBO Max that passed, and yes, it is being shopped around.
I thought we were pretty clear on that, but yes, thanks for the clarification. Yeah, they obviously still have the Overlook. I just don't know if they're going to be able to sell it anywhere else.
And the Richard, Teddy Ruxpin, A Grizzled Bear by Tarantino. I'm in.
Yeah.
Todd Michael says, you really do need to look more at your tips. Thank you, Todd Michael. And because he tipped us. I know. That's why
apparently we didn't get to it fast enough today. My apologies.
But we do appreciate the support. We will pay more attention to the tip.
We will.
Todd Michael says, my cable modem is 2 floors down from my office. Running a physical line would be a nightmare for me. Oh, I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park for me, sir. But it's every time I see just an inkling of that little circle, I'm just like, oh, so I'm done today.
Right.
So
I'm actually after the show today, I was telling Scotty before we got on that I got to call my provider and have them come move the router out to the little makeshift studio I set up here in the corner. The Wi-Fi is great, but for streaming and as much streaming as we're doing, it just it's not ideal. So I need to go Ethernet, and hopefully we can do that soon. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much money.
Yeah, well, hey, we're already up $3.33.
Hey, look at that.
Todd Michaels says regarding 2061 and 3001 are more gentrily written. If you ask me, they don't have the earlier Clark style. He was getting old when those came out and needed help. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you would know, sir.
I agree with that. But I still think they're definitely worth adapting into movies or several movies.
Degrassi Knowles says, now I want to mount a stage production of The Wicker Man starring Macaulay Culkin. He is available. Todd Michaels says, Teddy Roosevelt, A Grizzled Bear. Oh, wait, that's a Chatterbait channel. Never mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wonder what
that sounds like one.
And Degrassi Knowles says, yep, Driver and Tater were both in Logan Lucky.
Yep.
And that was post Soderbergh retirement as well, wasn't it?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Terje says, did you catch Tarantino as a guest on Alias, The Spy with Jennifer Hotbot Garner? Or Hot Garner? Yes. I did. I actually, those are the only episodes of Alias that I watched, were the ones where Tarantino was the guest star.
Interesting.
Todd Michaels says, we are moving from Spectrum to AT&T gigabit fiber soon. We have gotten rid of cable TV completely now. Yeah.
That's good. I did that too. When I moved into this new place in Huntington Beach last year, cut the cable out. I just couldn't do it all. I love it. I don't miss it at all. In fact, where I previously was, we had the DirecTV, and I shit you not, I was paying over $200 a month, goddamn, for nothing. For basically basic cable and Showtime. It was a nightmare. So stripping that all down and going with I at first I went with the Apple TV, the box. But then I switched to the Cube, to Amazon. I was just using the Amazon for everything else. It just seemed more natural, and for some reason it worked better on the Wi-Fi here.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Switched over to that and never looked back. So my provider here is also the fiber. It's a Frontier fiber. No problems with them so far. It's their uptime is really good. Hardly any problems. I mean, you get the slow internet every time it rains for some reason. I don't know why that happens to be, but it seems to be that way everywhere. But I gotta hopefully have them come out and move the box out and move it in here, and we'll go straight into the router and see if that helps out the stability of the show and stop some of this freeze ups and stuff like that.
Todd Michael says, regarding 2061 and 3001, again, Tom Hanks was attached for those years ago. Nothing came of them. Well, that would be up his alley, and that is interesting. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, me neither. That'd be good. I mean, any kind of star power like that, right? A star power like Tom Hanks with that would be huge.
Degrassi Knowles says, oh, yeah, Hanks was going to be Floyd, wasn't he? I forgot about he would be great as Haywood Floyd. Oh. The Richard says, you could do an episode all about Tarantino on television, House, ER, Alias, etc., directing or acting. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't reboot ER for the big screen for Tarantino's 10th. Terje says, I run my internet through a chain of kielbasa's with some coat hanger wire inside. Works like a charm. Just make sure you don't mix up your kielbasa's.
Right.
Todd Michael says, I just need to find a way to steal Paramount Plus now. I refuse to pay for it. I know it is wrong, but I do not want to give any money to them and make it look like I'm supporting Star Trek. Well, Todd Michael, I don't know if you heard the news earlier today, but apparently there are 14 new South Park movies coming to Paramount Plus and
That's
6
right.
more seasons. So,
right.
And I know you are a South Park fan, so if you don't want to pay for Star Trek, you're going to be paying for South Park.
Yep. And I think they're one of the ones who Todd Michael can figure out a way around this, but most of these people, these streamers are now, not letting you use a VPN. So if they detect a VPN, you can't log in. It's and they're, one IP. You can have household accounts, but you can't share your passwords anymore. So everybody's tightening up the ship when it comes to that kind of thing. So hopefully you can find a way to still watch, let's say, without paying the subscription fee.
Terje has a solution for Todd Michael. Just get Matt to subscribe. There you go. It doesn't have to be in your name. Todd Michael says to Terje, Kielbasa, get with the Polish. Degrassi says, I get fiber to the home and a deluxe cable package from a rural telephone cooperative. It's pretty sweet. And that does sound, Again,
I'm a big fan of cooperatives in those areas, whether it's telecommunications or energy, big fan. In fact, where I was thinking about moving to South Dakota a while back, and I was looking at a lot of these cooperatives for business stuff. Look good.
Terje, I lower my sausage in shame. Well, I hope it rises again. The Richard says, I love kielbasa. Got some in the fridge right now. Getting some pineapple too. Do pineapple and kielbasa, like, they go together?
I don't know. Probably. I would never do that. I'm not a big pineapple fan anyway, so there you go.
Todd Michael says regarding South Park, I posted that in the secret chat. The double plus secret chat. I know I really want to support my South Park, but so much do not want to support Trek anymore or appear to. Yeah.
I thought, just talking about that news real quick, what shocked me, it wasn't that, they did a big deal to get all the South Park because, but was the 14 movies, 2 of which we're getting this year somehow, which is odd, and cool.
I'm sure Todd Michael knows much more about the production of South Park and the turnaround time.
Yeah, I would assume these have been in the works for some time.
Mm-hmm. Todd Michael says to Terje, was your lowering of the kielbasa accompanied by a sad trombone sound?
Wah, wah, wah.
Todd Michael says, kielbasa and pineapple in the same dish equals abomination.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. The sweet and savory seems like tasty. It's like ham with pineapple, says Richard. Sometimes I use cherries or apricots. Well, now you're just talking interesting flavor sensations. Todd Michael says, I better get my Craig and Tweak movie.
Craig and Tweak, yeah.
Terje says to Todd Michael, yes, a flaccid trombone of shame and suffering. It made a little sound, and I drooled a bit.
Terje has a way with words. Let's put it that way.
He does.
I
blame his penis thumbs.
Yes. All right. Oh, one more. I thought we were done.
Todd Michael says to the Richard, it must be a south of Ohio thing. Oh, the regionals.
Regional bickering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, you got to have your teams.
Yeah. Tribalism. All right, buddy. I think that, here we go. Blame it on Hawaii. That's right. The Richard in Hawaii. Sense. The pineapple is everywhere, right? Okay. I think that's going to do it for us today. We want to thank the chat. Obviously, we're nothing without the chat. We love you guys. We love that you come and hang out with us every day. Unless you have anything else, Scotty.
I'm good.
I think we'll wrap it up for today, and we'll see you back here same time tomorrow for Friday Free for All. If you'd like to be on the show tomorrow, we're looking for anybody who'd like to come on and have some fun with Scotty and I. I don't know what the topic will be, but we'll get a topic or a list of some kind, and we'll wax rhapsodic about that and have a good time just talking about the news. And obviously, some of us will have seen Suicide Squad, so we won't do anything spoilery tomorrow, but maybe we'll get first impressions, kind of a social media review, maybe, 180 characters or something like that. And yeah, so if you'd like to be on the show, let us know. We can accommodate several people at once, so don't be shy. Let's see. The Richard's promoting the show like a trooper. Thanks, buddy. We thank all of our mods. Everybody in the chat's pretty much a mod, I think. The Richard, Terje, Todd Michael, Degrassi, all of you guys, Nulladoc, the Richard.
Tim Simone, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for paying attention.
Smell you later.
Later, beaches. Oh, accommodate?
All right, cool. Accommodate? All right. Anyways, so let's get out of here because they'll keep us here forever. I've never been asked to mod. Dude, you don't have to ask. If you'd like to be a moderator, that's a done deal, brother.
No one asked me either, so.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I want to mod the hell out of Terje. You guys need to get a private room, yeah.
Right. All right, buddy.
Let's get out of here.
Once again, I love doing the show with you. It was a great show today. Thanks to everybody in the chat. For Scotty R37, I am Steve Foley. Have a great day, everybody.
See you guys.